Okay, here's the deal. I had a video filmed and it's basically one big blooper reel. So I'm going to try this again. I just want to talk to you about the seeds that I ordered recently in my plans for my 2024 cut flower garden. If you've been following me so far, you know that I am growing flowers for bouquets to sell at my farm stand and to take to the local farmers market in the spring and summer of 2024. I have been trying for a few years at getting a successful cut flower garden, and it's been a struggle, but this year we had some good success and it's got me pretty fired up for this year. So even though it's only November, it's a great time to think ahead because you are going to get more variety if you order now as opposed to waiting until the spring. Also, one thing to consider when ordering your seeds is where you're getting them from. If you're concerned at all about the environmental impact, just make sure you are ordering from companies that are local to you. So I recently ordered from OSC, it's Ontario Seed Company, and this was the seeds that came for my cut flower garden. Now this is lots for me. I'm a small scale farmer, but most people order who are doing large scale farming, most people order by the hundreds. So, but I'm good with some seed packets, and we're gonna go through these, and I'm gonna show you also how I store all of my seeds as well. I went ahead, I ordered more bachelor's buttons. I did an OSC mixed in the bachelor's buttons. I of course ordered more carnations because I want to keep trying with those and I want to make sure that I have a lot of them. This is Gypsophila, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and that's your baby's breath. So that's going to be a filler. They're really pretty dainty little flowers, a very classic, timeless, original filler. Some people don't like it because they feel like it's outdated. However, honestly, as long as you're not overdoing it, it just simply looks so beautiful. Again, we are doing zinnia, so I've got my California Giants mixed. That's a larger flower. Those have nice tall stems, great vase life. We have a zinnia mixed, so these flowers won't be as large, but they're a really nice mix, mixed pretty zinnia. And then because those are all mixed colors, I did want to make sure I had some neutral uniform color by doing the giant lime. So these are really beautiful. It's a nice neutral. They can go in so many different bouquets. You can put them with other zinnia or you can put them with other neutrals and just kind of make a really simple, beautiful, stunning bouquet. Of course, as I mentioned, you got to have some sunflowers. So I've got two options here, and hopefully this year these ones will actually grow for me. I think I had a damaged package last year because these ones wouldn't sprout, not even in a seed tray. They wouldn't sprout in the ground. I had no luck with them, but I'm going to try again. Of course, we've got these guys as well. And then last but not least, I ordered two types of marigolds. Marigold Durango Outback Mix. And can you see that there? And African Marigold, it's the Marvel 2 mixed, and that's a hybrid. So marigolds I usually only plant in my vegetable garden beds. It says that they deter pests. I just think they're pretty. But I actually ended up using some of them in my cut flower bouquets last year at the end of the season, or this year at the end of the season, and they ended up being really beautiful. Some people don't like them because they have quite a distinct fragrance. However, I think they are lovely. Basically, when you're planting your bouquets, you want to plan to plant stuff that grows well in your area, in your zone. I'm in zone 6 in Southern Ontario. You want to plan to grow stuff that has nice tall stems, and you want to think about filler flowers, small flowers, and showpiece flowers. Sometimes people like spikes as well, like a tall flower. As I post more, I'll go into more detail about that. I do have another seed order coming from another company, and I have more filler options in that one that I will show you as well. As for seed storage, I've got this really great photo container. It does not come with that beautiful sunflower drawing. My daughter did that, but it's a great case for organizing your seeds. So it has these great individual little containers that fit your seed packets. I even have a little Tupperware container in there. And basically you can label them how you would like. I've got all of my vegetables down one side and my cut flowers on the other side. I might redo them a little bit based on what varieties I have this year, but yeah, it's just a nice way to keep everything organized. And you can line them up by date as well, just to make sure you're using up your older ones first if necessary. And then you can store them in a cool, dry place, fresh, ready to use for each year. There is one thing I do want to mention if you are just starting out and you want to start a cut flower garden. Try to keep in mind that despite what many of the videos on YouTube say, it doesn't necessarily always work out in your first year. It takes time. You might plant a beautiful garden in the first year and have great success. But for example, if you're starting out with a brand new garden space, it can take a couple years to get that soil built up to what it needs to be, or it can take a few years to figure out what actually grows really well in your area, in your soil. So I would only start with a very small handful of flower options as to not overwhelm yourself. Put some attention into the soil. So if you're just starting with a brand new bare space, make sure you get some good soil with good compost in it and things like that. And yeah, so look into your growing zone, the time that you have to grow, whether or not you want to seed start, whether or not you want to direct sow, and just be patient because it could take a little bit of time. I watched so many YouTube videos where everybody promised to have an incredible garden in the first year, and I shouldn't say everyone, a lot of farmers promised an amazing garden in the first year, and I was quite discouraged when that just didn't happen. Maybe it's me. I don't have the most amazing green thumb, but I was using a new space, and I am new to cut flower growing. My experience lies with growing vegetable gardens. So, but don't be discouraged, keep at it because it's so rewarding and it's so fun. Growing food and now cut flowers for a few years. Colors sort of pull together. Okay, be a nice, wow. And I suck at this.